welcome back to another lesson. This one is eco-countries and cities, and we will be studying about eco-friendly countries and their eco-rules.
So here to do now, just a little video about the most eco-friendly cities in the world.
Many countries and city governments have been taking action in order to clean up the messes of the past. Ecology has become one of the major philosophies in all societies, as we as a people have a goal to leave the earth for our descendants in a better state than when we found it. If we can follow the example set by these top 10 eco-friendly cities of the world, we'll be well on our way to sustaining earth for many more generations to come. Number 10. Oslo, Norway. Eco-efficiency is important in this city, and it begins with grassroots involvement. Oslo residents are encouraged to clean up, go green, and create a climate that features better air quality, eco-efficiency, biodiversity, and an abundance of clean natural resources. The streets of Oslo look fantastic due to local contributions being made to keep the area sustainable and highly functioning for all of its residents. Number 9. Stockholm, Sweden. Stockholm is among the cleanest cities in the world, and it was the first city to win the European Green Capital Award, as it has a noble long-term plan to be fossil fuel-free by 2050. The riverside city is stunning and features a lot of natural landscape, such as beautiful trees navigated by cycling paths. Environmental policies are prioritized in Stockholm, and as such, the streets are clean and the urban city has a country-like feel to it, despite having tall buildings and a large number of residencies. Number 8. Columbia, Missouri, United States. Investing the time to become an eco-friendly city certainly has its benefits, such as energy reduction, which in turn lowers costs and reduces greenhouse gas emissions. In Columbia, Missouri, businesses are incentivized to improve their energy efficiency through a city-wide grant system. Columbia's City Green program determines how much energy a particular business uses, and then offers to pay for half the cost of an energy audit. Once the audit is completed, the city will pay for repairs up to $12,500. To keep the city looking great, Columbia has a number of green groups, which are coalitions of like-minded people who collaborate to achieve common environmental goals. These groups clean rivers, restore animal habitats, and promote beautification, restoration, and citywide recycling. Number 7. Vancouver, Canada. Vancouver's most notable performance is in the area of CO2 emissions. Vancouver boasts the lowest greenhouse gas emissions per capita of any city. Additionally, the city's ecological goals include reducing greenhouse gas emissions by 20% and planting 150,000 new trees by 2020. Making it one of the greenest cities on the map, both literally and figuratively speaking. Number 6. Cape Town, Johannesburg, and Durban, South Africa. These three towns in Africa all share a spot on the greenest cities list. It is very hard to pick just one city since all these three are very strong in different categories. For example, Cape Town and Johannesburg is said to have the most green spaces in the whole continent, while Durban managed to take a lead because of its target to become a zero-waste city within 20 years and carbon neutral by 2050.
Hey, welcome back from that video. And today we will learn about the top 5 eco-friendly countries to be able to show social characteristics of the countries and show behaviors indicating responsibility for health for all, together with comparing the roles and duties of local administrations and those of the central government by using geographical maps and photographs for specifying important physical locations, while also using methods of solving problems about perimeter and area of polygons.
Okay, let's go to the vocabulary. Open your notebook, and here the number 1, the measure. The measure. So this one is the noun, and you have also the verb to measure. So it's to take a line or to take a shape and to measure the shape or a line. Calculate it.
Okay, second is ensure. Ensure is a verb, and it means to make sure. So ensure that you have locked the door. Ensure that you have switched off the light before you leave the room.
Okay, then number 3, the adjective sustainable. Sustainable. It's something that you can repeat again. So it's here for the adjective, but you have also like to sustain, the verb to sustain. And then, so it's something that you can redo again. So like in the garden, you can have a sustainable garden. So you plant your own seeds and then plant your garden, and then you have again and again and again.
Number 4 is area. Area is a concept from mathematics. So this area, that area, okay? So it means this region, that region, okay? Over here you have this is the length and this is the width, and everything inside is a region. This whole thing is the area.
Okay, and the last one, the landscape. The landscape is, for example, the landscape of the mountain. So if you drive a car, then you can see the landscape of the mountains, or the landscape of the view of the city, something that you can see.
Okay, so here what we have is a Voronoi map of the USA. Okay, so before the states of the USA had different shapes, and then afterwards they decided to give it a proper shape. Okay, and each shape which has more than 3 sides is called a polygon. Okay, so try and see what polygons you can find in the map. So just to give you some hints here, 3 sides is called a triangle. 4 sides is called a quadrilateral. 5 is a pentagon. 6 is a hexagon. Okay, so that's how it continues. 7 is heptagon. 8 is octagon. 9 is nonagon. And 10 is a decagon.
So here we have the area and the perimeter. The area is a measure of how many units cover a surface. So here the white, like teacher Om said, the white, the length, and then inside you have the area. All squares inside is the area from the shape.
Okay, and the second concept is the perimeter. So the perimeter is the length of the boundary. Okay, so now if you start from here, and this is 2, and then this is 5, so you have 7. 7 plus 2 is 9, and then 9 plus 5 is 14. So the region outside is known as the perimeter, okay? And the region inside is known as the area. Okay.
So here is a little poster with the measuring for the perimeter and the area.
Okay, so here, as you can see, this is 14, this is 14, so that's 28, and then this is 7, and this is 7, so you have 28 plus 14. So the perimeter is 42, so it's all the region outside. Okay, but over here, this is 6, this is 6, so the area is the region inside, and that is 6 multiplied by 6, which is 36. Okay, so remember that. You can use the same logic for a circle. You can use the same logic for a triangle. Here you have a square. Here also you have a triangle. Okay, so just pause the video and try to see if you understand the difference between perimeter and area.
So here do the other 2 exercises on the A4 paper.
So you can do this at the back of your thinking tool. Okay, so the first and the second has been solved for you, and try to do number 3 and 4 by yourself. Okay.
Okay, back to the eco-friendly countries. So here the 10 most greenest countries in the world in 2018. So you will see how they act eco-friendly to be as an eco-friendly country.
Welcome to my channel. Today we will be looking at the most greenest countries. We all know how important is the green touch of our nature has become in the recent times, where we are continuing to fight against large-scale pollution. Now, before moving to the top 10 count, quickly let's see who conduct the study. Environment Performance Index. It considers 10 different categories. To choose 24 indicators, the top priorities given to environment health and ecosystem vitality. Finland starts our top 10 countdown, and it's in 10th position. According to the reports, it is already producing 35% of the energy from renewable sources and expected to reach 50% production by 2035. Our next stop is Ireland. The country has registered an EPI of 78.7 and it is ranked as 9th most eco-friendly country. Moving from the Greens of Ireland, we reach Austria. Its efforts to reduce deforestation and fight against air pollution managed to put Austria in the 8th most nature-friendly nation. Staying in Europe, here is Luxembourg in the 7th position. With better municipal and industrial waste management, it has received an EPI of 79.12. At 6th, we have the United Kingdom. It was not a surprise to see UK in the top 10 as it continues to work towards more greener environment. Coming to the top 5, Sweden, the country which is already producing around 50% of its energy from renewable resources, is at number 5. Cold Sweden to sunny climate of Malta, which is rated as 4th most greenest country in the planet, with an EPI of 80.90. On 3rd position, it's Denmark, country which is the world leader in wind energy production and, hence, resulted in an EPI of 81.60. Coming ever so close, France registers itself as the 2nd most nature-friendly country, though it produces 75% of its energy from nuclear power. At number 1, it's the country which is famous for cheese and watches. But also, it is the most greenest, most eco-friendly nation in the world. Switzerland recycles half of its waste and 50% of the country's electricity, produced from hydroelectricity.
Okay, welcome back from the video. So the most important concept in eco-friendly countries is the Environmental Protection Index. Okay, so if this number is high, it means the country is very eco-friendly. So Switzerland is one of the greenest countries in the world, and it has an Environmental Protection Index, or EPI, of 89.1. Okay? And the country has focused on production of resources by using renewable energy. Okay? So that helps to give it a green economy.
So here's some rules in Switzerland. So all cars registered in Switzerland must also pass the anti-pollution test every 2 years. So you cannot drive a car without the test, and if the police caught you, then you're going to have a punishment, a very expensive punishment. Even if you drop cigarettes on the floor or trash, then you get between 500 and 1,500 baht punishment. Then you need to buy a special garbage bag fee for the trash. And for the food waste, grocery give big discount before throwing in the trash bin. This is also like in Thailand in Big C. And all factories need to follow eco rules from the government. So this is what Switzerland does.
All right, number 2 is Iceland, and Iceland has an EPI of 93.5. Okay, so it's among the highest EPIs, and a lot of it is because the electricity comes from using geothermal. Okay, so all the lava under the earth, they use that volcano lava heat to make electricity. Okay, and they also fight against ocean pollution and protect the environment with clean fishing.
Then you have number 3, Costa Rica. So it's popular, known for its amazing scenery, equally intriguing landscape. And this one, Costa Rica has an EPI of 86.4. So they use a lot of renewable energy to avoid the production of greenhouse gases.
Okay, and also Costa Rica is very small, so they're trying to be the first carbon neutral country in the world. Okay, so I think Costa Rica might be the first carbon neutral country in the world pretty soon. And here we have Sweden with an EPI of 86, and Sweden has a lot of renewable energy, like windmills, like wind farms, solar, and they plan to completely eradicate or get rid of fossil fuel by 2020. Okay, so that is why it is among the most eco-friendly countries in the world. And Sweden also has a lot of oil. So they make oil, they sell oil to other countries, but they use environmental friendly, non-renewable sources of energy for their own country. Okay.
And then we have Norway with an EPA of 81.1. And Norway has put in place sustainable development strategies and environmental laws. So they have like also like special laws. Laws is like a rule to make sure to respect the eco-friendly rules. And they want to be carbon neutral in 2030. So in less than 10 years, they want to be carbon free.
Okay, so some other countries and some small rules we have from there. In Kenya, single-use plastics were banned in August 2017. And if you use a plastic bag, then you can be sent to jail for 4 years, or you have to pay a big fine. Okay? And Taiwan also has banned the use of plastic bags, plastic utensils, cups, and straws. And Oslo, the largest city of Norway, banned cars in the city center. Okay, so you can go walking or you can go by bicycle. And many countries encourage cycling and building cycle paths beside every road.
Okay, so find information about these countries. So Switzerland, Iceland, Costa Rica, and Sweden, like population, continent, capital, and the eco-friendly city.
Okay. So the eco-friendly city data you can get from the video. Try to use the internet to find the population, the continent, and the capital. Okay, and we will use that in the thinking tool. So here we have the thinking tool. What you have to do is draw the world map. Okay, and then choose 5 countries. Okay, choose 5 countries, draw that country as a dot, and then write down the rule of that country. So here, Kenya, so you can draw a dot somewhere here where Kenya is, and then say, in Kenya, single-use plastics were banned in August 2017. Breaking the law can send you to jail for 4 years. So write this for 5 countries and draw the countries as a dot. Okay? So if you choose Germany, for example, you can choose a dot here. Okay? If you choose Thailand, then you can choose the dot here. Okay? And then write down the eco rule of that country.
And you can choose which country you want. Not only the one that we said, but you can choose from internet. You don't need to choose the one that we said in the slide. You can choose the countries that you want. So what have you learned from this lesson? Write everything down on your notebook. And don't forget to write everything in English and in Thai.
Okay, and finally, do the diagram, which is eco-countries and the rules on an A4 size paper. Okay, so that's it for us, and we will see you for our next class.
See you.
Bye-bye.